开场我就喊个暂停，让我 K 汤下去。
对，请你自动自发、啊。
哇，浪费我一个暂停，让你一个 K 汤哦，哇，这赌注有点大哎。
This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, and the award-winning.
可以当回去坐板凳吧？
是。
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
干好浪费哦，我操！
Richard, looking at this interconference clash, you can expect both teams to play hard here tonight.
Yeah, these conference games are so important, especially when it comes to a rivalry like this.
请你把 persist 换上来啊 ，persist。
我不需要那个乐色。
And the Warriors making a change here. Now Morant. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
可怜呐！
等一下，来那个调东西呀、啊。
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Now here's Curry. Wiggins outside. Off the mark.
没有篮板。
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a
小全食。陈柏霖都叫他小全食啊。
Once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
我操，我都跳了。
你有守到，你有守到。 我这一球没有想要进的。
就 Morant。我操，难打啊！
作业。
And Richard, for the Warriors, a number of future Hall of Famers playing a part, but Stephen Curry is the center of it all.
He's the greatest shooter ever, Kev. We all know that. But when people say that he changed the game, a lot of times I like to give credit to the entire team. Having Klay Thompson help Steph be Steph. And having Draymond Green with that defense and his passing ability helps Steph's game go to another level.
没有篮板啦！
小全食。
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Golden State moving it around. Here's Kuminga. Outside for Curry. Back to Kuminga.
Kuminga.
Here's the three. They get the rebound.
One up.
Downtown. And the basket by Curry.
今天是真的是被科里杀死比赛的。你女儿抗议啊！绝对不是运气。
Pass to Aldama. Payton for three. Payton with some nice D. Warriors leading by 4. Looney with it. Here's Kuminga. And another three for Golden State.
Well, he is looking confident.
好啦，不要吵啊！
Losing him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game,
怎么可以骂你女儿呢？
this start throughout the rest of the game.
And finished off by
Kuminga.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. The Grizzlies trail by 7. And that one's good. Morant.
Little sweet touch on the floater. Morant has so many shots to choose from in his bag.
Back to Curry. Pass to Kuminga. Lets it go with a three. And it's Morant with the rebound.
你女儿在讲什么？我怎么听不懂
In the corner, it's Payne. Here's Jackson. Morant outside. It's stolen by Curry.
好啦好啦，没差。
The way that Curry reads the floor, he could get double-digit assists on any night if he wanted to.
Doesn't go for it.
好了，
Has been on display for the Golden State Warriors.
我会炒他，不能让他专心打球。
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Paul outside. Pass to Moody.
我靠，直接被抄掉
By。Williams. Here's Morant. And the layup's good off the glass.
挡不住
Morant
Morant
opening field goal of the second quarter for Memphis.
Closer in, look, let me just tell you, Morant, he's going to find a way to score. He just has such a fantastic touch around the rim.
Now, here's Moody. Pass
Moody.
to Jackson Davis.
盖掉，
A second chance effort.
盖掉。
Over in the corner, Paul. Here's Podziemski.
抢到太多篮板了
By
吧？
Green to set it up. Podziemski's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. With the Grizzlies, Richard, we've heard about an emphasis on defense. in the past few years.
Yeah, and there has been some improvement. They were a middle-of-the-road type defensive team not too long ago, but the last few seasons, they have played impact defense.
Warriors leading by 8. Pass to Moody. Here's Paul. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Even in the later stages of his career, Paul's handles remain incredible. He's got that thing on the string. What a move.
And that one's good. Morant.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting.
为什么都没篮板呢？为什么抢不到啊？
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
为什么都没篮板啊？这为什么啊？
因为你没有一体，
这还要扯成这样？
你没有一体啊。
Some sources say that Warriors are the most valuable franchise in the NBA, and right there amongst the most valuable in the world. New ownership, a new arena, they've made a difference to be sure, but make no mistake, Stephen Curry has been the linchpin. Guys?
Absolutely, no doubt. DA, thank you. Here is Rose. The Warriors get on the shot. Aldama can't hit.
And RJ, don't you feel like the leadership of Chris Paul still will play a factor?
No matter who his teammates are and who he is at the moment, there's no question who's running the show. Paul knows how to make any five-man group look like a cohesive unit, Greg.
Here's Jackson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
It's hard to quantify how impactful Jaren Jackson Jr. is on D. He does so
哦，白送你2分。
The rim protection is elite. That's why he was Defensive Player of the Year, Greg. But he can also switch out on screens and not look lost. The sky is the limit for him defensively.
跳跳跳，小龙虾。
Sharp find by Paul, one of the best passers of all time.
陈三伟怎么直接被拿走？
Double team 呢？
1:12 left to play here in the second quarter. Moody
哎，吃我出来干嘛啦？
for Golden State.
低能儿
When
哦
he！ gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
To the wing right side. Over in the corner, Williams. The kick out to Rose. Shot clock at 5.
Rose!
Rim, no good.
穆迪，
Pass to Pajemski. Over to the wing. Paul with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
干回防好慢。
Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks. He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Draymond Green，
No coverage that time. Green's got 5 points so far.
Must have been too good to pass up because Green is kind of picky from the arc.
Grizzlies have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Pass to Curry. Shoots over Aldama.
他回了，这样也
And the
有。
Warriors tack on 2 more.
角色威能啊！
The fastest shot in the game of basketball.
我靠！
His release is so quick that the D can't afford to lay off him at all. Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Pass to Looney.
靠，为什么没板啊？
你这乱跳啊！
Looney with it. Floats one. He lays it in. Looney's got the first points of the 3rd quarter up on the board for the Warriors. The Grizzlies trail by 18. RJ, the Warriors' dominance of this era has put them among the best franchises of all time.
Yes, I would completely agree with that. No one comes close to the Lakers and Celtics, though, Cat. The Warriors, after the but the Warriors and the Bulls, because they had 2 dominant eras, and not much really before, and not much really after.
The Warriors shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Such a great guy to have on the team and an amazing defender. Green even led the league in steals one year.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Wow.
Desmond Bain went to a small high school. He says, I was the biggest guy every game I played, so I was just getting to the rim. I didn't know how good of a shooter I was until I got to college.
屁呀！你根本没瞄到。
He says, other than Steph Curry, you're going to have to show me someone better. Kevin?
Oh, David, I love the confidence. Thanks so much. Pass to Aldama. Lays it up and banks it in.
The great point guards keep their eyes up on the court. Young players should watch how Smart goes about this man's business.
Nice take from Curry. It's rebounded by Memphis.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert.
屁呀！
And great when they talk about youth development, the days are gone when coaches divided guards and bigs when it comes to skill work. When did that change?
It's kind of a recent development, maybe the last 10 or 15 years, but it's amazing how the game has evolved.
Pass to Smart. Morant, right side. Now Aldama. To the paint.
靠！
Smart lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Look, we know Marcus Smart wants to get in close and get that high percentage finish.
And that one's good. And the Warriors lead by 15.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Out to Morant. Teardrop shot. Good and smart gets the assist. Morant got 11 points.
Every team in the league, all 30, would love to have a player like Marcus. He's always looking to set up his teammates and play lockdown defense.
Pass to Morant. To the inside. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got 6 here in this quarter.
And you see the unselfishness from Morant, wanting to share that ball with any open teammate.
Over to the left wing. Here's Podziemski. From beyond the arc and then some. He has 6.
Oh, beautiful looking shot. I mean, when you can hit it from that deep, wow.
Outside for Smart.
这个防守太烂了吧
Look, Smart can be a difference maker from deep. Doesn't always shoot the best shots, but he's got the confidence to knock them down.
The shot by Curry, no good. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Grizzlies. 11-point game. Morant left side. Smart with the ball. Shoots over Curry. And another basket for Memphis.
Smart.
One of the
Smart
positive
ball.
traits about Marcus Smart is that he's not too worried about finding his
干，我想要K汤哦，我操！
knows how to add points on the board when you need them.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be back with you shortly. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Grizzlies trail by 9. And here's Morant. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game.
用磨的你干，用磨的嘛，我操！
And this is what John Morant does best. When he finds his rhythm on offense, he is almost impossible to guard.
啦
Out left to the wing. Kuminga.
没板呢、
Alive.
我有 TJD 耶，
From deep. And the Warriors get it.
又没板，
The 3.
让你那么多球还玩不了。
这跟今天勇士一样啊！
Here's Morant.
我操！
Morant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Welcoming any physicality on his way out. Morant enjoys
进攻犯规，非法掩护，
And looks like the
出走啊！你出走啊！
that'll get their attention.
我烂队伍啊！
So every time down the floor, not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Timeout called the Warriors. Frank, for a franchise like Memphis, is there a specific way they have to build?
Through the draft. I mean, they aren't going to get the huge A-list free agents, so you have to hit on your picks. You also have to keep your guys happy. Sign them to smart extensions.
干，我的 K 汤，100%的体力不能用。
David.
Hey guys, well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. Now he told his guys not to get comfortable. He said, so we've got a little breathing room. So what? That's no reason to slow down out there. He wants them to keep the effort up. Guys.
Thank you, David. Pass to Jackson Davis.
真的被你拿太多板了啦，不然这场是被我屌电的。
哦，是这样子。
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Stephens. Morant surveying the D.
哇，
Basket counts.
被贴假的。
Got 11 in the second half.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Baden outside. Pass to Curry. Here's Jackson Davis. Guarded by Jackson. Curry gets the bucket.
32%干扰，
It's
我
been
操！
like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
On the wing, Payton. Another three.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Golden State.
On a night like tonight,
角
Steph
色威
Curry
能
is must-watch basketball. He can score from anywhere.
Williams can't hit.
哎，
They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Pass to Kuminga.
好哥让你很吵哎。
Now Kuminga. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And now it's a 12-point
没救了啊，不打了啊。
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Warriors.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Stephen Curry.
Oh, he was
反输太多了啊。
everything that happened in this game. His energy was felt throughout the building, and his impact, well, it was incredible.
Not this time. And so it's Spain with it. He'll bring it up.
干守不住哎，这家门。
Down by 12.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Pass to Kuminga. Curry outside. Rebound by Williams. Memphis with the ball.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
操！
Yeah, they fought as hard as they could. Just wasn't in the cards tonight.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
And here is Curry. Another miss by Curry. Here's Morant. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
That is just absolutely ridiculous. Look, we talk about Morant having that it factor, and then he makes the biggest play of the night.
So we see the Warriors.
好，
get
赶快
the
去
lead
锦龙
off.
吧。
This was a hard-fought,
Oh,
well-earned
bye.
victory for them,
Bye.
Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, both teams might have.
干，家门23分，命中也超高。
你看进攻篮板，妈的，傻小。
我 TJD 5个进攻篮板。
进攻篮板就亏太多了，就是一来一往就多少了。
干，我总共还比你多出手11次。